Welcome back to AV Veterans Talk. We're continuing our conversation with this week's guest, TV Hall. So TV, it's funny when I met you at church. Of course, it was just this kind of like this passing thing and stuff. But then, I find out that your military career and everything set you up for being probably the thing that I would shake and cringe the most about when I was in school, a math teacher at Lancaster High School. And so, you were teaching a subject that I was just absolutely terrified of. Nowadays and stuff, and you coming with such a great background, was it an easy, suddenly having to teach young people with brains of, let's say everybody wasn't clamoring to get into your classroom when the bell rang.
You would be surprised.
Yeah, well, I'm sure
you would be surprised. Yeah. Now, for all you math phobes out there, you know how you tell if you are speaking to Satan? If Satan stands up and claims he mixed up letters with numbers, you are speaking to Satan. Now, this is the only case where I'll thank Satan because I understand it. Thank you for the continued employment.
Yeah, that's right. So,
I taught for about 13 years. 14 years, mm-hmm. All right? Mm-hmm. And it went from the idealism of going out and doing a public service and serving the next generation to, at the end, my attitude was, the nation, if not the world, is doomed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Teaching mathematics is just fine. I gave it to them as easy as it could possibly have been. I was not unrigorous, but I understood the secrets that were behind the rigor, and the secrets were that so simple that they were kept hidden for thousands of years just because the people that discovered them wanted everyone else to seem ignorant. I could explain it well enough if you were, this is the important part, willing to try and work. And when I see young people today, some are inspiring, absolutely inspiring. And others I'm saying, you've got everything you need. Why are you just laying there?
Yeah.
So, and the primary accomplishment of my education was really reaching several young people. One, I'm still in contact with. You're aware of Peter, who came to me as a foster son and went to the service and came out of the service and starved himself out in L.A. and said, Mr. Hall, can I come up and live with you again? I said, yes, you can, but you can't just be living here. You got to be going to school if you're going to live here. And he's working on his last course for his bachelor's and wants to get into med school. Nice. Working as an EMT. You get hurt, folks. You look up. You may see my son, the EMT, future doctor, working on you.
Yeah.
And my son is working with handicapped children in the school system. Mm-hmm. My daughter just started not just started, she's an elementary school teacher. She's in her 5th year of experience. Mm-hmm. And my other daughter is in Colorado, and she is the head church secretary at a going congregation in Montrose, Colorado.
Nice.
So I can look out at what my leavings are, and I look at my leavings and say, not bad.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I know when sometimes, of 13 years of teaching math, right? You think of students that have come and gone, and I've always talked to teachers. They go like, the successes that you had where you did make a difference in somebody's life, and
they're I've had successes. One of my successes graduated from college recently and just got married, and I wish him all the best. One of my successes passed away before I stopped teaching.
Oh, no.
And it happens. And then one student I had passed away. I didn't recognize the name. I looked up. Yeah, that was the girl I failed. She didn't do anything.
Yeah.
There was so many people coming through your class, so many aspects of the tragic and the joyous parts of life come and touch you and move on.
Yeah. Does the the mathematic aspect of of teaching. Did you teach all different? Once again, there's calculus, there's algebra, the basic math and stuff like that.
I started there, and everyone starts out with Math A, which is the people who are not ready for algebra.
Right.
Then I moved up to Algebra 1, and once again, my mouth had me on the edge. I had a couple of sections of geometry here and there. I had a couple of sections of Algebra 2, which was a dream, an absolute dream. They were juniors, and they said, let's get this stuff over with, let's get it done. When I stopped playing with them for a few minutes of class and said, all right, where were we? And started talking, they will go, I'd hear 30 pins click at one time, or 30 mechanical pencils. Yeah. And that was wonderful. Geometry was okay, and Algebra 1, frankly, is hell on earth.
Yeah.
Hell on earth. Okay, your hormones are running heavy. I know you don't want to learn this. I know your command of English is probably not good enough to understand what I'm saying. I didn't put you in this class. You put you in your class, and I failed Spanish 50 years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks.
And you know what? It's all good because you know what? Once again, you have so much other stuff going on in your life that you're the musician, you're the comedian, you do all the.
Oh, I'm also a qualified extra with Central Casting.
There you go and stuff, So and I've seen your work and heard your work, and so you're out there and
that sounded like a veiled insult. No,
that stuff and everything, and you overcame a major health scare.
Oh. Yeah. I'm TV Hall. I had a stroke about 12 years ago. I had a broken femur about 7 years ago. I was in the hospital with hemorrhaging due to a test about 2 years ago. I had a major operation where they removed a mass the size of my fist a year ago. The thing is, I get up the next morning and go, I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're good to go. So I'm glad to see that you're blazing the path. How old are you now? 60?
I'll be 66 in June.
66. Wow. Stuff. So you've got all this energy and things like that. It's all good.
You're killing me.
You're
killing me.
This is the guy. He was freaking out when he found out we had to sit on a couch when we came in here today and stuff. He goes, I may never get up from that stuff and everything. So
if you want some real comedy, film me getting up after we've stopped.
There you go. So. But anyway, well, we want to thank you for coming in today and stuff, hanging out, sharing some of this stuff, and you're a veteran, you're a patriot and stuff, you're always at... but
I'm not sane, so there you go.
Yeah, stuff, you're not sane and stuff, You're the only guy I know and stuff that can have a stroke, and actually the stroke probably did you good.
It did.
And stuff, because it brought you back to sanity.
Killed all that normal stuff.
Yeah, and by looking at this mathematician whiz here and stuff, we can understand why Einstein had such a great sense of humor and everything. This is probably what Einstein was like hanging out with and stuff. Maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. I've read some stuff, and Einstein got lucky way more than I did.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to. This is it. I'm speechless. So we better wrap this up. A matter of fact, I don't even know if this can even go out on the air and stuff. If you happen to see this and stuff on the Aerotech news page and stuff, something drastically.
And just remember the explanation is I'm at the prime of my senility.
There you go. So it's all good. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. And TV, again, thanks, buddy, for coming in. And we'll see you next time here on Aerotech News. I'm Bob Alvis, and thanks for joining us for this segment of AV Veterans Talk.